So this is the hybrid. This is going to be the Ozeri hybrid. Definitely interested. This is actually the one I'm most interested in because apparently it has, you know, the nylon monofilament interior and a resin exterior that's supposed to protect it. That's the hybrid nature. Here, this is going to be the top knot. This is the Fluoro disappearing pink. You can kind of see that it's a little pink. That's going in. Tie that off. And this is the Vanish fluorocarbon. Dunk that in. And then the last is going to be the suffix. So this is the copolymer. So there you have it. Got the suffix, that's the copolymer. The Vanish Fluoro. The hybrid Ozeri Fluoro and Mono. And the top knot, which is the Ozeri disappearing pink Fluoro. And then we also have the Sunline FC100 and the Maxima Mono. That was the Fluoro and the Mono. Those are all 20 pound. You can see all the lines in there. This is bay water, so it's, you know, supposed to have some salt in it. I did see it freeze a little bit, so I don't know how much salt. Day 34 of the weathering test. Here, I'll bring it over and check it out in the sunlight a little bit. You can tell there's definitely more water in here, probably from the snow and rain. But let's see. Yeah, they definitely feel, you know, there's a difference. You know, for sure the Fluoro still has its springiness, and the Mono, you can tell, it just feels really soft. Very soft because of the water that's in it. I think, you know, online it says something like 100 and 500 hours they start losing, so I definitely want to go at least 500 hours. Well, 500 hours ended up being almost 10,000 hours, and that's just because I really got kind of frustrated with this whole project. This was the last little clip that I had, and I just really couldn't figure out how to test these lines properly to give an accurate result on the differences. So I pretty much just forgot about them. They got tangled in that bucket, went through all summer, and really didn't do anything with them. But then I saw one of you guys out there on the kayak this fall, and you mentioned about the weathering test that I said I was going to do. So it got me thinking, and I think I came up with a way to sort of salvage this project. Well, this is what I got going on, and as you can see, I got a tangled mess, and the labels are almost unreadable. So this one I can tell. Hopefully this is the Vanish. See, I don't know what this one was. Here we go. That's, I think, the hybrid. I think that one is Sunline. But, you know, I don't know what that one is. I'm going to try to disseminate what I got going on here and, you know, see if I can find a difference. This has been soaking in water and outside for a year. So this is 1 year of what weathering can do to line. I'm going to save you this, so let's just change over to it now. As you can see, I've laid little samples of each of the lines. Here you go, you got suffix, it's Maxima, Ozeri, this is the FC100, the Vanish, and the hybrid. So I was able to find pieces of all these lines, and then what I did, you can barely see it now, but I've colored in a little bit of highlighter on the line. So I drew highlighter like on the fishing line itself, and what that's going to do is help illuminate if there is, you know, an abrasive surface on the line. And yeah, I think you're actually going to see a difference between the fluorocarbons, the mono, and the mix. So let's turn off the light and turn on the black light. So yeah, check it out there. So that's hybrid, and you can see pretty consistent, fairly consistent green line. Alright, this is vanish, and what you're seeing there is some green, but not as much. And you're seeing even, you know, places where there's no green at all. So it's just intermittent, and it's really actually where, you know, some of the lines started fraying, but it's definitely intermittent. There's FC100, that's also another fluorocarbon. You know, more spotty pieces of gray. Here's a nice little section where there really isn't much. So just give you a little different views, trying to mix it up. And when I look at it through here, you don't see too much actually. So now we're going to go to the Ozuri. The Ozuri honestly looks the cleanest. Now I tried to keep these all random samples, but it was difficult because, as you saw from my clips, these lines just became a mess, and it was very hard to keep track. But you're seeing some differences here. That's the maximum mono and the suffix mono, and they are definitely clearly showing up pretty bright. So they were roughed up the most, I think, which falls in line with, you know, what you'd expect. The mono definitely weathers the most, fluoro's not as much, and this hybrid, it's really kind of like an in-between. So pretty much what I would expect, but that's what's going to lead me to my next experiment, where I'm going to do a better job of getting consistent results. Well, this is the next experiment. What I did here is I ran different lines through this plastic taupe, and if you can see all those lines there. So there's equal lines with equal tension, and they're all going to be in the same box, and I'm going to fill this with water. They'll all get an equal amount of sunlight, an equal amount of water. So here they are: suffix, mono, hybrid, blue label. That's what BL is, FC100, and here's a 10-pound mono. So I have a couple controls here. This is a braid, here's another braid, and this is a 10-pound mono where I actually put a knot. So I'm going to test a uni-to-uni knot as well. See how that holds up. But there you go. So this should give us a more fair, and that just reminds me too, I It looks like I didn't have blue label in this. I don't know where it is, but I think you get the idea. Stay tuned for more on this testing.